This is to give you a brief introduction to EasyLoad stability software. EasyLoad is a supplement to the approved T&S booklet onboard to facilitate the stability calculations for the captain. It covers all the stability requirements applicable to offshore supply vessels based on the United States Coast Guard regulations. By use of this program, the captain is capable of defining any load condition and confirm the safety of the vessel all through her travel time. EasyLoad is Microsoft Excel-based program. It includes 4 worksheets, under deck, that contains a list of all the underdeck tanks. In this sheet the captain will input the sounding of each tank, and in some cases like liquid mud tanks the captain should also input the weight of the mud, which can be different at each load condition. Dry cargo should be added by the weight in pounds. Deck cargo sheet is where the captain can create a list of all deck cargo units including their weights and center of gravities. The third sheet is the summary of the load condition, displacement, centers of gravity, trim, heel, drafts, and the maximum VCG curves will be shown, including any warnings that may exist. This worksheet is only to report the results and contains no active cells for entering information. The next sheet is the loading zone. The cargo deck is fairly divided to 14 different zones for convenience of the captain and recognizing the longitudinal location of each deck cargo unit. Now let's try a sample load condition. Departure at full load condition with underdeck and deck cargo. The freshwater and fuel oil tank are most likely full. During loading the boat, the unsafe sign can show up on the screen because of high trim value. It will be disappeared while other tanks are filled and the trim is corrected. Fuel oil number 1 tanks can also be full in order to have extra fuel for a longer travel time. If we assume that there is 71 inches of liquid mud at 21 pound per gallon tank number 1, and if the liquid mud number 3 is full with 18 pounds mud and there is 100 inches of 22 pound mud in liquid mud number 4 tanks, there is also need of lube oil and hydro oil. The certificates show that there is 120,000 pounds of bulk mud in tanks number 3 and 4. Then we go to deck cargo sheet. The weight of the crew and storage is estimated to be 4,400 pounds. The center of gravities are refilled. There is container on the deck that weighs about 100 long tons. The center of that container is loading zone 10. The height of the container is 8 feet and the center of gravity is estimated 4 feet above main deck. The next deck cargo unit is a piece of equipment that weighs 50 long tons and the center of that equipment is close to loading zone 5. The red cells shows that they need to be filled and cannot be left blank. The height of the equipment is 5 feet and center of gravity is about 2 feet from the main deck. Moving on to summary sheet, the green safe word is what we are looking for. The dead weight is shown here. The draft, the trim, and the overall displacement and vertical and longitudinal center of gravity is also shown here. The curve shows the status of the load condition. If the pink dot is under the curve, the condition is safe. There are 3 reasons that can cause an unsafe criteria. First, the draft deeper than the allowable load line draft. For example, if in this condition we filled up liquid mud number 2, the draft of the boat increases to 16 feet 3 inches and the warnings show that it is an unsafe condition. Another reason for unsafe condition can be a high value of trim. Any trim over 3 feet is unsafe. For example, if instead of liquid mud 3 we had liquid mud 2 as a full tank, the draft is below load line draft, however the trim value is too high, therefore unsafe condition. Another reason for unsafe condition can be a high VCG deck cargo. In this condition the draft can be lower than the load line draft and the trim can be lower than maximum allowable trim, however the condition is unsafe. Please contact us at 985868552 if you have any questions regarding this software.